Welcome back to the show. What happened to the land of the lost people?
They got lost in the land.
No, I think she threatened them with a miniature sickle. She's so mean. You know, they come so far away. They came all the way from the land of the lost to sit on that couch. And you shooed them away. You know, she claims this is her couch. It's not. You know, that couch is too big for a tiny person like you. Anyways, we're going to do some mail as they stepped away, probably to speak to the agents, right? I think they're going to make another Land of the Lost movie, and I think they're going to star in this one instead of that vile Will Ferrell bloke.
Oh.
We don't want to see him in Land of the Lost again, do we? All right, how about some mail, Mr. Livingston?
I have 2 cards that represent the Kölner Cathedral in Germany.
Oh, no. You've been here, right?
I've been there many times.
All right, so let's show the photos first. We've got 2 postcards. One is this one. They're both from the same bloke, right?
From Cologne.
From Cologne?
Well, he's not from Cologne.
No, he says he's in San Jose.
Yes.
Do you know the way to San Jose?
I want to spend some time, get peace of mind in San Jose.
Which way does this one go? Oh, it goes like this.
Yes.
All right, so this one goes like this, and this one goes like this. All right, so this guy, he goes, Vincent Tangella and Mr. Livingston. One movie, Tourist Trap, 1979, and the other one says, Tangella, get these guys to show Tourist Trap from 1979. Thank you. Eric in San Jose. He put his address. Should we read his address on the air?
No.
Oh, all right. Anyways, thanks for writing. We will look into that film. Have you heard of that film, Tom? Tourist Trap?
We'll look into it.
I've heard of it.
No, you've just heard of tourist traps because you've lived in many of them.
Perhaps.
He's like, he wants to turn this place into a tourist trap.
I do not.
Yes, you do. All right. How you doing, Mr. Livingston?
Somewhat better.
Somewhat better. He's peeved because I bickered with him during the commencement.
You do bicker.
No, you bicker with me. You just if you would just stand there and do the introduction with me, there'd be no bickering. He always has to disagree with me because he always thinks he's right. All right, this one is from Scott Callison in Brentwood, California. Is this the same Brentwood that we lived in?
No.
Oh, I see, San Francisco Bay Area. You know, in California, there are 2 Brentwoods. There is one that has an actual zip code, right? This is the one with the zip code.
Yes.
A postal code. And the other one is a piece of LA, and I think it's just like a neighborhood, right?
Yes.
Anyways, I had a place in Brentwood, and then OJ thing happened, and the neighborhood went to pits. So after that, we went to Beverly Hills, right?
Unfortunately.
No, not unfortunately. It was as nice of you on the hill instead of looking at the 405 action all day. All right, this is from Scott Callison. He says, Dear Creature Features, Motley Crue. That makes no sense to me. We're not Motley Crue.
He's calling us a Motley Crue.
Oh, he's using the parochial version of Motley Crue. I understand. All right, so having started my Creature Features journey back in the analog Wilkins era, I was dead set against the very idea of a revival of my beloved Late Night Fright Fest. Then I saw your show and was quickly smitten with your unique chemistry and entertaining shenanigans. That's a word I have not heard in some time.
Entertaining?
No, shenanigans. We are most entertaining.
Indeed.
We are often called... Did you see that? He slipped an insult in on me. That was quite clever. All right. I also really appreciate the Easter eggs from the old show that have made it into the current one, like Vincent's yellow velvet-covered chair, all right, the skull and the candle, that, and the Make America Strong Watch Horror Films sign. So this chair has nothing to do with Wilkins' rocking chair. You know, I was thinking of getting a rocking chair, and I sat in one and I almost fell off. So no rocking chairs for me. And this one just ended up being yellow, so that was a coincidence. The skull and the candle is, I believe it's law. Legally, you must, if you're a horror host, you must have a skull and a candle on your table, right?
I believe that to be true.
To get the permit to be a horror host, you have to do this. And this one was provided by Tangella. This is some poor bloke she dug up in the cemetery, and she stuck a candle in his head, and she used a Makita drill with a very large bit to make that work. I've seen her do these. You know, if you sold those, you could make like $20 each on these.
She could be arrested.
eBay. What, for the grave robbing portion? Yeah. All right, don't do it. Forget I said it. All right. In closing, I was wondering if you would consider showing Invasion of the Saucermen. It's public domain for a reason, but the monster designs are classic. Have we done that one?
We haven't, not yet.
Well, we should do that one soon. All right. You might get your wish there. All the best to the whole Creature Feature family, both in front of and behind the camera. Scott Callison, Brentwood, California. Say hi to OJ for us, Scott. That'd be funny if he moved from one Brentwood to the other, wouldn't it? Yeah.
It would be quite the coincidence.
This man has no sense of
This
humor.
is from Oakland, Douglas Dover.
Oakland, California?
Yes.
Did you say Douglas Dover? It's
Cover.
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 His name is Douglas Cover, and he spells Douglas with 2 S's. All right, let's find out what Douglas has to say in his neatly typed letter. Greetings to Vincent, the host of Creature Features. Thank you. As well as to Livingston, his factotum, who is perhaps also Vincent's majordomo, and to the young lady Tangella, who appears to be a ward of the estate. I have become aware after watching your show for some time that you don't appreciate long letters. That's why then I chose to write to you. I decided that I would limit the length of this epistle. I soon realized, however, that in order to come to the end of the letter, I would first have to pass the halfway point in the middle of the letter, but that having passed this point, I would then have to pass a point that was midway between the middle of it and at the end. What in God's name is this man's problem?
I think he's giving you a hard time.
Oh, all right. Once this midway point was achieved, I would then have to pass another point midway between this point and this culmination of this communication. This led to the realization that there would be an infinite number of midway points to be passed before the end could be reached, making it impossible to ever finish the letter. Rather than send you an interminable missive, I decided it would be better not to write any letter at all, and this is exactly what I haven't done. Doug Cover, Oakland, California. Doug, I have absolutely no response to this. I just frankly don't know what to say.
It's a philosophical story, actually, about the tortoise and the hare.
What in God's name are you talking about?
The theory is that if the tortoise goes first, the hare has to make up at least half the distance in order to catch up with it. But
He's
the tortoise
gone mad.
is moving. So it just keeps... It's,
read
it.
Doug, please write to Mr. Livingston next time, and then he could read it on the air, and he can explain it as he reads it. Is that it for mail?
Unfortunately, yes.
All right. That's it for mail. If you'd like to send us mail of your own, send it to the address you see over here, email. Or if you'd like to send a beautiful postcard through the post, send it to the address you see right here. We'll be right back with the crew from the Land of the Lost. But first, let's get back to Cowgirls versus Pterodactyls.
Hey Vincent, this is Jean from Dalton, Georgia, and we love your show here in the Peach State. Can you please play Fiend Without a Face, the greatest horror movie ever made? Thanks, tell Tangella and Livingston hi.